Hi. Well, they say I'm a creature of habit, and one of the habits I've always done is prune my fruit trees in between Christmas and the New Year. I've always been told by these old head gardeners I've worked for, and so why not get stuck in it? So today I am going to prune my Espalier fruit trees against my fence. So the technique I use on growing these fruit trees is Espalier, which means I grow these long main stems tied back to the fence. And so I've already tied those back up in the autumn when there was sap in the stems. So when there's sap in the stems are a bit more flexible. But as the winter goes on, they harden up. And so it's not worth bending them back now. So you should always do that in the autumn. But because of that sap reason, you should also prune in the winter. So all I'm going to do is prune off all the excess stems that I don't need down to create fruit growing spurs all along these main stems that I'm growing along the wires. So starting up at the bottom stems and working my way up, you can first one you can see is obviously that's the stem, so we're going to go to prune it up to 2-3 buds from the main stem and just prune it up. Likewise, I'm going to do it on this one, and this stem goes here, but this is a bit long, so I'm just going to shorten that down to about there, and that gets tied in later. Then back at the top here, I'm going to leave that stem as the new leader, so I'm just going to prune off this one, and I'm probably going to prune this one all the way back because part of the pruning mechanism is to allow space for the fruit to develop. So you want to so if you've got two stems that are quite close together, you would take them out, prune that one there, that one there. Here we go, I've got some fruit developing buds there, so I'm just going to prune this stem here, and that one there. So we've got here's a good example, we've got two stems coming up here. I don't want to keep both of them, so I'm going to prune the bottom one off, and then keep the top one to about there. Prune here. Take the little one off. Here I'm going to take the weaker one off and keep the thicker one, which is going to be more strong and healthy and more likely to produce some fruit. And similarly, I'm going to keep that as my main stem down there, so I'm going to prune that one off here. I'm going to do that all the way up the tree. So this is the first tree done. I'm going to leave this stem here because I need to have a new main leader on this wire, so I'm going to tie that in. Hopefully next year it grows further up and along that one. So we go, one down, 2 more to go. That's all them done now. It didn't take long, I've only got through a few trees. The techniques that I used are exactly what you would use for any other fruit tree in your garden, even if it's not grown against your fence. The idea is you're creating space and light for the flowers to develop and the fruit to develop. So you want to cut them back to 2-3 inches of spurs across all the stems, create air and a shape to them that allow the fruit to develop. So go out in the garden and do it now, get some fresh air and work off those calories from the Christmas dinner.